Hello, everyone. It's Jeffrey, the shape of light. I might have to get something to drink. I thought I was going to do it before. Okay. So I'm going to go through live, sign by sign. And since it is the full moon in Leo, I'm going to start with Leo. And I will try to keep everyone up to date as to when I'm starting. And I hope I remember all my times. So, aside from that, classes are back. We're starting on the 18th. So it's a 6-week intensive with 4 weeks of practice afterwards. Me and Nancy Jean and I. My books are available for purchase. My meditations are available for purchase. Readings are available for purchase. Let's get started. Okay. We're going to start at 50. Let's just start at 1. It's so stupid. I'm going to start at 1 for Leo. Okay. Hi, Leo. This is your reading for the month of February, and it's really about, and it's the combination full moon. February reading. And the message for everyone, especially for Leo, actually, is be led by your heart. Be led by your heart. Be led by your heart. Okay? I'm going to throw 6 cards for each sign. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. I'm going to move this so you can see everything. Does this work? Yeah. I need a solid tablecloth. Okay. It started from here, ended here. You take full responsibility for your finances, for your health, for your physical position, and you have a strategy as to how to make yourself comfortable. It might involve other people that you're going to build something with. And once you take the responsibility, you're going to move rather swiftly on it. But this is about, being comfortable, because this one is really about not being comfortable. This is about being abandoned and betrayed, and this is about being satisfied emotionally. And you have a strategy to get from here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Toward a new way of thinking, toward new messages, toward new opportunities, toward things moving quickly. It's because you took responsibility to begin with. Interesting. Okay, Leo. Happy half birthday. Okay, that was Leo. All right, so next is Virgo. All right. Hi, Virgo. Oh, let me write down the time. Virgo. 3:30, say. Okay. Hi, Virgo. This is Jeffrey. This is Ripe Color. This is the Shape of Light. Classes are beginning again. Meditations available. Readings available. February reading. The February reading is, be in the courage of your heart. Be in the courage of your heart. Let your heart lead you. That's the energy for February. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Look at that. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's a new way of looking at things. It's really about looking at things through the heart and realizing how the heart is broken and how, like really getting in touch with that deep pain and then getting to work on it and getting really responsible about it so that you can actually get something out of it, so that you can actually receive a gift from it. Sometimes after a breakup, it's like you're so angry, you're so hurt or whatever, And then slowly, as you begin to heal, you realize it's like it went down exactly the way it was supposed to. It got me in touch with certain parts of myself that I wasn't able to get in touch with before. It helped me to learn lessons. It helped me to, be courageous, etc. Because this card, it's a card of heartbreak, but it's also, there's a real illumination in this card, actually, because it's a 3. It's creative thought. It's creative thought. It's like, how am I going to make a bad situation into something useful, or a bad experience into something I can utilize? Okay, that was Virgo. Next is Libra. Libra at 5:45. Hi, Libra. This is Jeffrey. This is Ripe Color. This is the Shape of Light, or the Shape of Light / Ripe Color. This is your reading for the month of February. Classes are beginning again. February 18th, me and Nancy, 10 weeks. Check it out. It's all below. I have meditations. I have books. And I offer readings. Okay. This is, and the full moon, I already see the moon being illuminated in the garden at night. It's on Sunday night. So set your intent for what you want to let go of. My day is going pretty good. It's 75 degrees here. I had yogurt with blueberries. No. Aries is going to be, don't worry. We are in Libra, and I'm going through. So you have plenty of time for Aries. You can go get some coffee or tea. I started with Leo. I know, I always start at a different place. All right, Libra. Away we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You stayed true to your vision. You stayed true to your vision, and you really worked on it, and it really, really, really supports you. And you're listening to your heart, and to the harmony that you're living in, and you're realizing more of what you're willing to let go of to see things in a more spiritual light. This is a really beautiful reading. Really beautiful reading. Really, really, really lovely. And there's more to come. It feels like toward the end of the month, you're going to be able to see if things that you need to let go of, like habits or thought patterns that you need to let go of, which blocks you from even more of the abundance that's out there for you. That's what I get. Okay, Libra. Nice. Yeah. Have you had any rain lately? We had a little bit of rain, even though it's the dry season. It helped. It helped a little bit. You know what it is? It helps the pollution. It's really my only real complaint about the city is the pollution. Oh, you did? Yeah. Well, we probably don't get rain until May. Maybe one day here or there. But my plants are happy, so I'm happy. Okay, Scorpio. 9/11. Okay. Hello, Scorpio. This is Jeffrey. This is the Shape of Light. This is Ripe Color. This is your reading for the month of February, as well as for the full moon in Leo, the 1st of February. And the answer is always in the heart. Oh, I read every day. I'm an obsessive plant person. I do something every day. Well, I have 100-something plants. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. These are good cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You're loved and supported, and you're forward motion. And lots of new ideas are coming to you. And you're willing to try something new because your light is leading you toward healing. Your light is leading you toward healing. And you're fully supported, and especially in starting a new endeavor. It's beautiful. Really nice reading. Really nice reading. All right. That was Scorpio. Next, we have Sagittarius. And first we're going to shuffle, and then we're going to write down the time. I have to put on my glasses. It's very hard for me to see the comments. Give me a second. Well, try to grow things in pots. Try to grow things in pots. I mean, I grow everything in pot. Oh, good morning, Susan. And you know, you live in Tucson, so grow succulents. It's so easy. Oh my God, it's so easy. Just put them in pots and that's it. And just get weird ones. That's what I have. I have some weird ones. I have like black ones, and yeah, one that's such a dark purple. It looks black and it's shiny. It's fabulous. And I made a lot of little babies. I gave a lot of little children to everybody. All right, Sagittarius. Sagittarius is at 12:05. Hi, Sagittarius. This is Jeffrey. This is the Shape of Light. And this is your reading for the month of February, as well as the full moon in February. And being Leo season, the answer is in the heart. The answer is in the courage in the heart. The answer is in the answers in the heart, and the intuition of the heart. All right, Sagittarius, let's see what's going on for you. I'm running right through today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And before I start, I want to let you know that classes are beginning again, Tarot classes. And after the 6-week class, we have 4 weeks of practice, and we're going to be using my book, which is, I don't even know the name of it. Can you imagine? I'm so professional. The Shadow Work Tarot Workbook. And all that information is below. Okay, here we go, Sag. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Out of all the chaos, a gift arrives. And this gift, which I believe you're going to take, leads you to get very, very involved in the work. This is an interesting reading. Wow. You see, this card is really about self-imposed mental bondage, telling yourself, I can't do it, I can't do it, I can't do it. She tied herself up, actually. But this changing, I feel like the chaos, this is interior chaos and gifts and talents that you were unable to access or utilize. And you finally start to access it. And you're able to break this pattern and change your luck and break yourself free because you have this strength here, because you were relying on your higher self to lead you. And this is the card of Leo, for God's sake. Toward your own strength, your own inner wisdom, your own power, your own ferocity, your own courage. That's what's going on. You're breaking this cycle. You're breaking this cycle of chaos and telling yourself you can't do it. And you're going to actually finally take the gifts that are inherently yours and utilize them. And, and meticulously, like a craftsperson, to change your fate so you can be in touch with your own power. This is a beautiful, powerful, powerful reading. Powerful. Wow. Wow. That was the biggest reading so far, that's for sure. Well, you know how it is with kitchen witchery, that's what I'm going to call you. With gardens, it's like they tell you, they teach you, right? They teach you. It's like, oh, I want more sun. Oh, I want more water. Oh, they teach you. So, and I think it's good, and every time I fail in the garden, I fail in the garden. It's like, okay, well, this plant doesn't work here, or maybe the soil isn't good, or, I learned something. But because I make so many little children with the succulents, I try some out. It's like semi-shade, 6 hours of sun, 10 hours of sun, I keep on trying stuff and see what works, Okay, Sagittarius, Capricorn. Hello, Capricorn. This is Jeffrey. This is ripe color, the shape of light. And this is your reading for February. And the overall message is be in your heart, let your heart lead the way. It's Leo season. And classes are beginning again on the 18th. I have meditations, I have books, I offer readings. All the information is below. Okay, Capricorn, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oops. I think you're willing to try a new business venture, or it feels like you're ready to try a new business venture in a place that you've never been before, in a way that you've never looked at it before, in a creative, passionate way that's full of abundance, and I think it's going to work out for you. I mean, you have really powerful cards here. You have 2 kings, so they're authoritative, right? And they're authoritative in terms of, how to spend money wisely and how to, utilize your creativity, right? And I have 3 creative cards. It's beautiful. It's a really nice reading. Really nice. A new beginning. The Empress, abundantly feeding the whole thing, and justice coming in besides. Amazing. These are both cards of Venus. Wealth. Wealth. Couldn't ask for anything better. Okay. That was Capricorn. And next is Aquarius. So it means I'm halfway through because I started with Leo. Okay. Aquarius. Shuffle, shuffle. I know sometimes it's hard when you have things that you miss, but you make new memories. You make other things that work. The thing I miss about New York is the food, the variety. But you move forward. Okay, Aquarius. At 1925. Hi, Aquarius. This is Jeffrey. This is Ripe Color. And happy birthday. And this is your reading for the month of February, as well as the full moon, February 1st, which is in Leo, your opposite sign, which works out every year like that. And the overall message is be in your heart. Allow your heart to lead the way. Classes are beginning on February 18th. I offer readings, meditations. I have books, all available for purchase below. and go check it out. And away we go, Aquarius. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the time is now to let go of the hope you can hear me. The time is now to let go of all the disappointment concerning family and the grief and the pain, so you could rebalance yourself and bring yourself more into your heart, because your heart is imbalanced because of this pain that you have yet to let go of, which you're going to this month to bring yourself into balance. And it has to do with the family. It has to do with the family. This is old pain that this is really like the big final clean, so that you can move into a deeper sense of your own heart. That was a clear message. All right, Aquarius. Here we go. Shuffle, shuffle. I hope everyone has a lovely February. And, don't be surprised by it. I tell everyone to go to their heart, especially lately, because it's like every big planet is all the big planets, the outer planets are all switching. That means big change. Pluto and Saturn and Neptune and Uranus, and it's like, what the? So it's going to affect all of us differently. So that's why we all have a heart. And it's the place of the greatest wisdom. Okay. Pisces at 2211. It was at 2211. We like that. Hi, Pisces. This is Jeffrey. This is the Shape of Light, Ripe Color. This is your reading for the month of February, as well as the full moon in February. Classes begin again on February 18th. So it's 6 weeks of classes, then 4 weeks of practice, where we also invite some of the former students, or all the former students. And we are going to be using the book, the Shadow Work Tarot Workbook, to ask questions. And it can help you to get in touch with deep parts of yourself. Okay. To bring them out of the darkness and into the light. Okay. Aries, no, Pisces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All the information is below of all the stuff I talked about before. Boy, that King of Wands is coming up like crazy this month. All right. How do you balance the chaos and all the stuff all the creative ideas that are going on in your head by having a remembrance of things that brought you joy and made you feel safe and comfortable? Take the responsibility for that and come out of that place. So if I'm coming out of a place that I'm loved and supported and cared for and comforted, and I'm in that place for myself and from myself, and I can bring that out into the world. That's where you're going. That's where you're going, and the nourishment comes from remembrance of the past, remembrance of happy memories, remembrance of being loved, of being supported, of being of having kindness extended to you, and you tap into that energy. And that clears the chaos in your head. And that is the way into the heart. That is the way in. Nice reading. Nice reading. All right, Pisces, blessings. All right, next we are up to Pisces. Now we're finally up to Aries. We're finally up to Aries. All right, so Shuffle, 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 shuffle. Hi, Lori. Shuffle, shuffle. Okay, Pisces, we're finally up to Aries. Aries at 25. It's at 25, 20. All right. Hello, this is Jeffrey. This is the shape of light, otherwise known as ripe color. And this is the reading for Aries for the month of February, as well as for the full moon, which is on February 1st in the sign of Leo. Classes begin on February 18th. I have books available, I have meditations available. You can book a reading. And let's see what's going on for Aries for the month of February. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Oh, this is interesting. Okay. Okay, Aries. I have 2 10s. There's an old way of thinking that you can't revive. There's a certain amount of energy you put into things that it's just done. So you need to like let it be done. And then, you know, I think that this one especially, there was a certain amount of work that you went through, but that it was very tiring and very tricky. And you learned a lot through it, and you learned what not to do. And so through that, you're going to be able to utilize your tools in a much more successful and a much more manifestation. You're going to be able to manifest much more quickly because you know what to cut out. You're very clear as to what to cut out. Very clear. And you know what worked in the past. It might have worked in the past, but you can make something work further and bigger in the future, and you're willing to take that chance. And you're at this place where you have a choice, and you know what doesn't work, and you know how to use the tools, and you know how to like eliminate what doesn't work. And you're allowing yourself to be led by something bigger than yourself. You're allowing yourself to be led by like some interior knowledge, the knowledge of light that you have that's coming through to lead you and guide you towards something new, because you've really put an ending here. And interesting, these are 10s and this is a 1, so the ending has led to a new beginning, right, which goes to a 2. Okay, but there's a real process going on here, but I have faith that you're going to be led on the right path. Very nice. Very nice. Really very nice. The Hermit there at the end, that's like almost comforting. Okay. That was Aries. Next is Taurus. Yeah, it was a nice reading, wasn't it? Felt good. I feel them. All right. The good thing about the Ten of Swords, especially, relating back to the last reading, the Ten of Swords is the end of a way of thinking. But it's not only the end of a way of thinking, it's like you can't revive it no matter what you do. But there's a new dawn rising. There's a new dawn rising. It's like, oh, I know it doesn't work. That's good to know. All right. Taurus at 2910. Hi, Taurus. This is Jeffrey. This is Ripe Color. This is the shape of light as well. I keep on forgetting. And this is your reading for the month of February, as well as the full moon, February 1st, in the sign of Leo. Classes begin on February 18th. Nancy and I are very happy to begin again. I think it's our 5th or 6th time doing it. It's 6-week classes plus 4 weeks of practice. And we're going to be using the book that I wrote, the Shadow Work Tarot Workbook, which is available on Amazon or on my website. Amazon, you'll get it quicker. I'll tell you that right now. And that's it. So let's see what's going on. Exactly. Exactly. You got that. That was, yeah, good interpretation. But the wonderful news is that the Hermit is there. The Hermit's a really juicy card. Really is. All right. Taurus. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is very powerful. This first row is very powerful. So you're going to be able to rebalance like a certain darkness about you. You're going to be able to like incorporate a certain darkness about you in order to care for yourself in a deeper and a more practical manner. And you're going to leave the rest behind. You're going to take what's working and leave the rest behind. There's an alchemical process. And he is the surgeon, so he cuts out what's unnecessary. He cuts out what's unnecessary and then practically takes action toward the things he wants to build. But the great news is that the devil is here, because if I have the angel here, right, and then the guy who cuts stuff out, and, this one's the alchemist, so he's incorporating the darkness, in a practical manner, with his head on straight at the same time. It's really lovely. It's a healing. It's a healing. Very interesting, right? Okay, that was Taurus. Next is Gemini. Okay. Yeah, that was a powerful one, wasn't it? All right. All right, away we go. I have plenty of time. I'm good. I'm moving fast today. I guess I had a lot of coffee. I'm not really sure. Sometimes you have a lot and you don't feel like it, and some days you have 1 cup and you're out of your mind. Okay, it's coming, it's coming. We're up to Gemini. Hi, Gemini, 3255. This is Jeffrey. I want to write the numbers down correctly because sometimes my numbers, I can't tell what it says. This is Jeffrey, the shape of light, otherwise known as ripe color. This is your reading for the month of February, as well as for the full moon, February 1st, which is in Leo. And the overall message for everyone is be in your heart, trust your heart, see and feel, and take comfort in the center of your heart, the center of your light. Oh, classes begin February 18th. Nancy and I are going to be teaching Tarot again for the 5th or 6th time, 6-week classes, 4 weeks of practice. We're going to be using the book I wrote, the Tarot, the Shadow Work Tarot Workbook. And all the information is below. I offer readings and meditations, books. All right, this is Gemini, or La Gemini. I think you had dealings with somebody that was very disappointed, and you decided to walk away and kind of go your own way, and try something on your own. There's a lot of grief that has to be processed, and in the process of this grief being processed, bad sentence, There's tremendous abundance in that. And then you'll know what's worth hanging on to and what's worth letting go of. There's going to be a deep dive of you looking at yourself. There's going to be an interior thing of you looking at yourself, your relationships with others, and you're going to realize where you went awry, and owning that and feeling that is really going to serve you. It's it's a little painful, but it's going to serve you. That's what I get. All right, that was Gemini. All right, Gemini. Have a lovely February. All right. There's Gemini. Next is Cancer. And I guess that's my last one. Yeah, because I started with Leo. Okay. So I can shuffle slowly. And then I'm going to do a collective one. All right. Hello, Cancer. This is Jeffrey. This is Right Color. And this is your reading for the month of February, as well as for the full moon of February, which is on the 1st, which falls in the sign of Leo. And the overall message is be in your heart, trust your heart over your head, and see what happens. How's that? I want to strengthen people's heart. I want to strengthen this is me. I want to strengthen people's awareness of the light inside of them to comfort and lead them, because relying on things in the outside world doesn't really quite work so well. Okay, and it is 37:15. Let's make it. Hi, Cancer. I've done this already. Reading for February. Classes begin the 18th. That was the last shuffle. Away we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Interesting. Okay, here we go. I mean, look at how much movement I have here. I have the two knights who really want to. You know what it feels like? It feels like there's this hidden part of yourself that you're finally ready to acknowledge and bring out into the light in this very bold manner. There's this hidden part of yourself, this creative piece or part of yourself, or maybe it could be, you've been working on a business or working on setting up a website or something, and you're finally ready to launch. You're finally ready to take the fantasy and bring it into the light, and in a very practical, fair, balanced, in a well thought out manner. Because this, they're in the dark and they're a little bit dark. It's a little bit illusory. So it feels like you're going to be able to bring out these pieces and parts of yourself that you've been working on that have been kind of hidden, and now it's time to reveal them. It's nice. Feels good. This was an interesting little reading. Very interesting. I wish you the best. Feels like there's something that's been concealed or obscured that is ready to come out into the light. Congratulations. It's interesting doing YouTube, I have to say. I've had some really lovely experiences. I really have. All right, now I'm going to do one for the entire collective. Now, first I'm going to shuffle like crazy. I had some yogurt, but now I want more. And sometimes I go to a specific bakery for a specific thing, you know. So I'll walk 20 minutes, and it's like, and then they don't have it. It's like 40 minutes. Not only did I not get my dessert, but I'm exhausted. Okay. You'll figure it out. You'll figure out the camel. Hi, Patricia. Hi, Patricia. Hey, Scorpio had a pretty good reading, as I remember. Everyone had a pretty good reading. It wasn't a. There were a few signs that had to go through some emotional stuff, but everybody seems to make it out in the end. All right, now it's collective time. I guess I'll call it collective. Collective 41. I don't know, something. Let's just make it 42. It's just easier. Okay. Okay, this is the reading for the collective for the month of February. And let's see what's going on. Be in the heart. Be in the heart. 1, 2. Oh, my. Oh, these are very good cards. Well, I was going to do 6, but I ended on the world. Well, no, I'm going to do one more. I'll do the 6. Okay. Very, very, very nice cards for the collective. Very nice. Look at this. Opportunities to make yourself more stable, more healthy, to be more self-sufficient. The right people show up and, everyone shares in equal measure. It's really, really lovely. Look how many pentacles I have. And then, a new phase begins. And the thing about the new phase beginning, like there's a completion to something. I don't know where this money is coming from, where this, because, if you look at the economy and how much money the dollar is losing every day compared to the Mexican peso, which is something I could, get crazy about. This is forward thinking. She's all about having a plan and moving forward with the future. And how is this going to manifest? Going deep within and taking responsibility. And this has been the card for everyone. This has been the card that came up most. See, full moon. You go into your heart. I call on my light. I go into my deepest, the deepest and the brightest part of my light, of my soul, of my heart, of my spirit. And I say, okay, where would you have me be? What would you have me take responsibility for? How would you have me be comfortable, be abundant, be surrounded by love? What do I need to do or not do in order to bring that forward? What can I do or not do to bring that forward? Because those are the questions one asks, But, opportunity, the wealthy businessman, the entrepreneur, love, kindness, And, you know, the widow who has a plan for the future because she cried her tears. She's very clear about where she's going, about what she wants. And then the King of Wands, who has been, you know, like the star of the day. And the King of Wands is King Judah. The King of Wands is, I'll tell you my whole thing with the King of Wands. The King of Wands is King Judah. So Jacob had 12 sons, and Benjamin was Joseph was the favorite, and they were all jealous, and they were going to kill him. They brought him out to the desert, the Judean desert, actually. And Judah's like, no, we can't kill him. Like, let's sell him or something, you know, like give him a chance. And it wasn't really his right to do that. He was the fourth son, you know. In those times, only the eldest son had something to say. And they listened to him. And so Joseph ended up living. Now, had Joseph died, and they found out, what do you think the other brothers would have said? Judah. So he was willing to take the full responsibility for his actions. And then there are other stories later on in the Bible about him taking responsibility. There's this one where God is like actually speaking to him. And he's like, did you do that? And as opposed to Cain and Abel, my brother, what, where, what, who? It's like, yeah, I did it. I'm willing to take responsibility. I'm willing to pay the price. I knew it was wrong. I did it anyway. Punish me. I'll do better. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's the energy. It's like, yeah, I'm taking full responsibility for me, myself, my body, my actions, my experiences, my life, my finances, my social responsibility, my etc. And I own up. And whatever is not right, I'm going to fix, because it's my problem to fix. It's not your problem to fix. It's my problem to fix. And, you know. So it's a very powerful card. Very powerful. Very interesting. All right. Well, enjoy the full moon. If, you know, I hope you can see it. And do a ritual. Be in your heart. Be in your love. Be in your light. Because that's what's going to get us all through this, you know, because you rely on these outside things. It's like what's going to get you through is your heart, you know, your spirit is going to get you through. Because believe me, I can feel like I've never been able to feel. I feel like I'm kneading dough. I can feel the changes, and I don't even know where the hell they're going. It's like I'm making something and I don't know what it's going to be. Is it going to be a cake? Is it going to be a souffle? Is it going to be a stew? But I can feel it happening. That's where I'm at. Change. Big time. Yes, thank you, Patricia. And what I'll do is I wrote it down. I wrote down my numbers. So I'm going to add it to the thing. All right. If you want to take the class, let us know. If you want to have a reading, let me know. Come and see me in Mexico. I have a gorgeous garden that you can sit in and smoke cigarettes if you like, and look at the beautiful clouds and the buildings like I do. All right. Bye. Blessings. And scream.